My name is Brianna, and welcome to my reaction commentary channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Season 1, Episode 5 of Hannibal. Now, back in Episode 1, we got Garrett Jacob Hobbs. In Episode 2, we got the guy with the mushrooms. Episode 3 was all about Abigail. Episode 4 was the surrogate mom training the little boys on how to be family annihilators. Now we're on Episode 5 and I have no idea what's coming. But before we get into it, if you could do me a quick favor, please like, subscribe, ring that bell for post notifications, follow me on all my social media. That way we can skip the chit chat and get straight to the good part. Will, sweetie, what are you doing? And 2, where are you? Oh no, not again with the moose and the antlers.
You lost?
He's something.
Hi, Winston. Hey.
Oh, the doggo stayed with him? My poor baby chief. He'd be like, girl, it's too late at night and it's too cold. If you want to wander, you have to wander by yourself.
You been drinking?
No. Yes. Not excessively. I had 2 fingers of whiskey before I went to bed.
Sorry it's so early.
Never apologize for coming to me. Office hours are for patients. My kitchen is always open to friends.
I bet it is, Hannibal.
Onset of sleepwalking in adulthood is less common than in children.
Yeah, could it be a seizure?
I'd argue good old-fashioned post-traumatic stress.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jack Crawford has gotten your hands very dirty.
Oh, wait, okay, hold on.
Back into the field.
I wouldn't say forced. Manipulated would be the word I'd choose.
You're one to talk.
Your experience may have overwhelmed ordinary functions that give you a sense of control.
If my body is walking around without my permission, you'd say that's a loss of control.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wouldn't you?
You said Jack sees me as fine china used for special guests.
You entered into a devil's bargain with Jack Crawford.
I don't think it was that bad.
Jack isn't the devil.
When it comes to how far he's willing to push you to get what he wants, he's certainly no saint.
Okay, the last part was true. But Hannibal, sir, you are over here stirring the pot, planting in these little hints that, like, Will should resent Jack. And what is... Are you dreaming? Is everybody in this episode dreaming? Nope, I take it back. I don't think he's dreaming. Will has the devil and the angels on his shoulder, but one is Crawford and one is Hannibal. And neither of them are fully good, but also, I don't think Jack is that bad.
Mr. and Mrs. Anderson, according to the register. They were mutilated and displayed.
Mutilated and displayed.
I'm gonna need you to prepare yourself on this one.
I'm prepared.
Yeah, prepare yourself some more. Eat soup in there. That's just the thing to wake you up.
What in the world?
Hooks were bored into the ceiling. Fishing line was used to hold up the bodies.
Ingenuity.
Vikings used to execute Christians by breaking their ribs, bending them back, and draping the lungs over them to resemble wings. They used to call it a blood eagle.
I don't know if it was a good night's sleep, but he slept here. Hair on the pillow and the sheets are still damp. He's a sweater.
Will has that in common. Disgusting, Beverly.
Threw up on the nightstand.
Couldn't stomach what he did.
Righteous. He thinks he's elevating them somehow.
It is giving very much biblical. All right, Will, tell us about our guy.
This is not who you are. This is my gift to you.
I'm nervous laughing.
I allow you to become angel. Now, I lay me down to sleep.
Hannibal, please, sir. Jack's wife, what's up? Hey, ma'am. And Jack, wait, no, I forget. It's not regular food that they're eating. I have a lot of emotions and I have a lot of thoughts.
Mrs. Crawford, your husband introduced you as Bella. Are you an Isabel or an Annabelle?
I'm a Phyllis. Jack only calls me Phyllis when we disagree.
Oh, the little glance.
We were both stationed in Italy. I was Army. She was NATO staff. All of the Italian men kept calling her Bella, Bella, Bella. Well, I wanted her to be my Bella.
Okay, don't give me adorable Jack.
Would I be a horrible guest if I skipped this course?
Please skip this course.
Too rich.
Too cruel.
A little bit.
Phyllis.
I have no taste for animal cruelty, which is why I employ an ethical butcher. Human emotions are a gift from our animal ancestors. Cruelty is a gift humanity has given itself. Your perfume is exquisite. Similar to the aroma on the air just after lightning strikes. Is it Jar?
That is some nose you have there, Doctor.
I first noticed my keen sense of smell when I was a young man. I was aware one of my teachers had stomach cancer, even before he was. For our next course, roasted pork shank. And I assure you, Bella, it was an especially supercilious pick.
Oh my God, come on.
Death makes angels of us all and gives us wings where we had shoulders. Smooth as ravens' claws.
Robert Frost.
Jim Morrison.
God makes angels. Jesus was fond of fishermen. We're talking hardcore Judeo-Christian upsetting or just upsetting in general?
This is a very specific upsetting.
Yeah, there's layers to this.
They weren't praying to him. They were praying for him. He's afraid.
What is somebody who could do something like this afraid of?
Our guy has a brain tumor.
He's afraid of dying in his sleep, making angels to watch over him.
I mean, I see why Jack keeps bringing in Will, because nobody can get the answers like him.
Please come in.
This color on you, Hannibal, yes, but also, Mrs. Crawford, what are you doing here?
Your intention is not to tell Jack.
I don't see what good it would do.
What are we not telling Jack?
Jack sees the world at its worst. Don't need him seeing me at mine.
He has room for one more worry. I feel like you're protecting him.
I am. You have a professional relationship with my husband. There's no conflict of interest, me being here.
Oh, there's definitely a conflict of interest. Hannibal is also collecting all the information on Jack that he can.
This all started as some misguided stab at maintaining my dignity. But I have indignity to look forward to, don't I?
The only indignity I see is resentment.
I resent that Jack has too much to worry about. To worry about me.
But that's your choice, not his. There is no one and only spiritual center of the brain. Any idea of God comes from many different areas of the mind, working together in unison.
We're just tossing books off the second floor?
How do you profile someone who has an anomaly in their head changing the way they think?
But humor can definitely affect brain function.
He feels abandoned.
What were your expectations of Jack Crawford and the FBI?
Sir, you were digging.
Jack hasn't abandoned me.
You say he hasn't abandoned you, but at the same time you find yourself wandering around Wolf Trap in the middle of the night.
Stirring the pot.
Jack gave you his word he would protect your headspace. Yet he leaves you to your mental devices.
But didn't he get him a psychiatrist, which is you?
So do you wait until you think I'm asleep before you come to bed?
It's not intentional.
Jack knows something's up.
So can we have a conversation, or you want to pretend that everything's all right?
Everything is all right.
So no conversation.
Oh, the passive aggression is killing me.
And at the very least, I can underwhelm you while you're being overwhelmed.
You've never been able to underwhelm me.
Is there anything I can offer you, romantically or physically, or...
I love him. He's so nice. I like Jack.
I won't insult you by asking you if there's someone else.
Thank you.
I love you, Bella.
No, they're so cute. My heart is gonna break. Ah, shit. Here we go again. How did he get him up there? The ingenuity is unmatched. Before the psychosis kicked in, what was this guy doing as a profession? Also, I love this shot.
His mind has turned against him, and there's no one there to help him.
Jack, look at this. Somebody got to work you out of me real cheap.
So they're the angel makers?
He castrated himself?
So he isn't just making angels, he's getting ready to become one.
I'm sorry. What? What?
So he was afraid of dying. Now he's what, getting used to the idea?
He's accepting it, or he's bargaining.
I mean, with this open flesh wound that homie is walking around now that he's castrated himself, he's not long for this world.
I don't know. Ask him.
I'm asking you.
Well, you're the head of the behavioral science unit, Jack. Why don't you come up with your own answers if you don't like mine?
The aggression. Oh shit. I'm uncomfortable.
I did not hear that. Did I?
Yeah, group, go on. Y'all are free to go.
Sorry.
You know what? Everyone has a lot on their plate this episode.
I've never heard anybody talk to Jack the way you talk to Jack.
I was out of line.
You were out of your mind.
A little bit, yeah.
I know it's a stupid question, considering that none of us could possibly be okay doing what we do, but are you okay?
Do I seem different?
You're a little different.
Meet Roger and Marilyn Brunner. You might recognize them from such lists as Most Wanted.
Shout out to the crew, but especially Beverly, but also the entire crew, because, like, we really would not be solving these cases without them, because Hannibal, Will, and Jack have too much on their plates.
So he makes angels out of demons.
How does he know they're demons?
Doesn't have to know. All he has to do is believe.
Absolutely, it's 100% a part of his delusion. It only has to make sense to him to be his reality.
He's a behavioral specialist. He must know you're keeping something from him.
He knows.
Oh, he knows. Mm-hmm. He asked me if I was having an affair by reassuring me that he didn't have to ask.
Yeah.
I don't feel betrayed by Jack. And there's no point in being mad at cancer for being cancer.
Sure there is.
Tiny cell wanders off from my liver, gets lost, finds its way into my lung, where it's just trying to do its job and grow a liver.
Oh, this show is going to be the end of me. The maternal figure has cancer. Oh. I'm not a very emotional person, but my mom died of cancer a year ago, and I'm going to cry. Nope, I'm a G. I'm gonna hold it together. I'm fine.
And yet I feel fine.
You will feel fine. Up until the precise moment you don't.
And my poor baby Will is over here. He just wants to sleep. He can't sleep. The angel maker can't sleep. I need to stop seeing so many parallels between Will and all of, like, the antagonists of each episode. Sir, are you gonna start sleepwalking again? I don't have a good feeling about this. It went from night sweats to sleepwalking. And now you're on the roof, sir, in your booty shorts. This is not safe. We're gonna have to start tying Will to the bed.
It's difficult to lie still and fear going to sleep when it's there to think about. But your dreams were the one place you could be physically safe. Relinquishing control, not anymore.
No.
Yeah, I thought about zipping myself up into a sleeping bag before I go to sleep, but it sounds like a poor man's straitjacket.
A little bit, but you might need it, sweetie.
So God has given this person insight into the souls of man.
God didn't give him insight, God gave him a tumor. He's just a man whose brain is playing tricks on him.
Angel Maker will be destroyed by what's happening inside his head. You don't have to be.
Did you just smell him?
Did you just smell me?
Difficult to avoid. I really must introduce you to a finer aftershave that smells like something with a ship on the bottle.
I keep getting it for Christmas.
Have your headaches been any worse lately? More frequent?
Yes, actually.
Hannibal, you little creep.
Elliot Budish, 35-year-old truck driver. He's got a fishing license, too. Match came from the National Cancer Database. Married, 2 kids. They haven't seen him in 4 months.
I left him
Why did you leave?
because of his cancer. It makes me sound like a horrible wife.
I'm sure you had your reasons.
To be with him, I wanted to be there for him. But what he wanted was to be alone. He just kept pulling away and pulling away.
Ooh, the parallels. This show is amazing, but also it's starting to become heartbreaking a little bit. Jack, did you just put it together? Sweetie, oh no, I'm gonna cry.
Was he ever violent, Mrs. Budish?
Even Will, since, like, the mood shift in the room and was like, I'm gonna take over from Jack and I'm gonna give him a second to himself.
To see him slip away. He lost himself, and they lost a father.
Falter after he was told about the cancer.
Elliot wasn't ever religious.
Your husband is dying, Mrs. Budish, and soon. We'd like to find him before he hurts himself or anyone else.
Even the shift in tone of talking about him as strictly a suspect to now talking about him as a human.
Fireman said he must have had a guardian angel.
Where
Well,
did
that
this
planted
happen?
a seed.
The farm where he grew up.
Oh shit, what do y'all see? How did he get himself up there? Sir, I need a step-by-step YouTube tutorial of how you're doing the suspensions.
This will be the last one.
It's Buddhish.
He made himself into an angel.
Everything has been extremely symbolic in this episode.
I don't know how much longer I can be all that useful to you, Jack.
He's being honest.
You caught 3. The last 3 we had, you caught.
That's not the point, Jack.
You know, I'm used to my wife not talking to me. I don't have to get used to you not talking to me, too.
Jack.
It's getting harder and harder to make myself look. And you know what looking at this does.
I know what happens if you don't look, and so do you.
I can make myself look, but the thinking is shutting down.
Jack, listen to him. Have some empathy and give my boy some room.
You want to go back to your lecture hall?
But that may be what I have to do. This is bad for me.
It's bad for him.
Not going to tell you what you ought to do.
Seems like that's exactly what you're gonna do.
It seems exactly like what you're gonna do.
You want to quit? Quit.
I hate that attitude, especially in the workplace. Oh, you don't like what's going on? Well, you just quit and leave. Why? So that you can continue to suck at your job. Me, who's doing a good job, can no longer fulfill my duties. Sir, how did you get down? I'm sorry, was he an extra on Spider-Man, the Broadway musical?
I see what you are. What do you see? Inside. I can bring it out of you.
Oh, shit. Okay, Will is full on hallucinating. We gotta do something about my boy. Like, Jack, I understand your feelings. I heard you out. It's not what's best for him, and it's gonna reflect badly on everybody else.
Hello, Doctor. My wife and I need to talk. May we use your waiting room?
You can have the office, please.
Thank you.
Everybody's at Hannibal's office. Everyone's here.
I called your office. They said you were at an appointment. I figured you'd be here.
You know.
He knows.
12 weeks ago.
Lung cancer.
You don't smoke?
The irony.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
It's stage 4. And we know there's no stage 5, don't we?
No, don't be gentle. You're gonna kill me.
Were you just going to wait until you were in the middle of chemotherapy? When you couldn't hide it anymore?
I don't think I want to do chemotherapy.
Well, do I have any say in this?
No. No, you don't.
Not really.
I want you to know that I don't want you to be alone. Not now and not ever.
We'll beat this together.
No, it's your fight, baby, but I'm in your corner. I'm not going anywhere.
I'm gonna cry.
I appreciate that, Jack. But I'm not comforted by it. But I can't give you what you need.
Don't worry about what I need. Why wouldn't you tell me?
I thought if I kept it to myself, our lives wouldn't change. I didn't count on changing as much as I did.
Damn it. I'm still a G. I'm still a thug. I'm not crying. You are. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Damn, who knew that Hannibal was gonna make me cry today?
I'm gonna sit here until you're ready to talk. You don't have to say a word until you're ready, but I'm not going anywhere until you do.
Oh, Will, that was very nice and perfect for the situation. And thank you for giving Crawford the room to speak or not speak. Oh, my boys. right, and that concludes episode 5 of season 1. And not gonna lie, they got me in my emotions. They hit me in the feels with everything between Jack and his wife. Like, I already knew I liked the show and I knew I liked the characters, but I don't think I was like consciously aware that like I care about the characters until this episode. The writing was good, the drama was good. This week's antagonist being like, yes, a murderer, but also like a person going through a whole bunch of complex like belief systems and trying to find meaning in his mortality, and all the subjects were very heavy this episode. Jack playing both roles as good guy and bad guy in several different situations in this episode, and it's like, yes, Crawford cares for Will. He wants what's best for Will, but also he at times does view Will as nothing more than a tool and does not think further in how it's actually emotionally affecting him. When Will acts out of character and lashes out in aggression towards Crawford, he responds with his classic Crawford response of raising his voice and being intimidating. And even when Will comes at Jack a second time and it's like, this is me being open and honest about my well-being and how this job is truly affecting me, and Crawford just turns a bit cold and is like, well, if you don't like the situation, you can leave, you can just quit. Jack, you're gonna burn out one of the best guys. Crawford does have a lot to worry about. He has a lot on his plate, especially with the new revelations about the health of his wife. Crawford does need to treat Will better. Hannibal was right about that part. Jack does not treat Will the best, but also I don't see Jack being such a dark, like filled with such dark intent in the way that Hannibal was really making it sound. But also the only competition for like all of Will's attention is Crawford, so it makes total and complete sense that Hannibal wants to alienate Will even further. And definitely I'm starting to see the Louis and Lestat vibes that this show is giving out between Hannibal and Will. Shout out Beverly and the team putting in the work, and I'm gonna credit them with finding this week's like criminal suspect. I love Beverly because she even came back later to check on Will and be like, you can talk to me. I saw the way that you reacted, and that's not normal for you. If you want to talk to me, you can. And then that was also mirrored again at the end between Crawford and Will. Crawford's like discovering like, oh, this is what my wife is hiding from me, her cancer diagnosis. I see this reflected in the person I'm talking to, and like his entire demeanor and mood shifts. And Will is perceptive and picks up on it. And even though they had their little spat during the episode, Will still was like, you're a good guy and you're my guy, Crawford. So I'm gonna be with you, whether you like it or not. I really liked it a lot. I can't wait to get into the next episode. But we come to the part where I say, hey, on the way out, if you could do me a quick favor, please like, subscribe, ring that bell for post notifications. Follow me on all my social media. That way I can see you next time with another one. Bye, y'all.